important is that shift? I asked Ranping Song of the World Resources Institute that question.
Well, it's actually incredibly important. If we're going to use some kind of energy, right? So we need to use one kind or the other. So electricity actually is pretty clean if you think about it, right? When you use electricity, you don't emit pollutants, you don't emit greenhouse gas emissions. It's actually how you generate that electricity that matter. So that's where it comes China's target. They want to increase the portion of renewable energy, electricity coming from clean energy per se, like renewable energies. So if we really want to save the climate, save the planet per se, so we really need to hit those numbers. Actually, by 2050, we actually need to hit a much higher number, like 80% of the electricity, and need to come from clean energy. So that is on the right track of targets, and then just need to be done.
Well, talking about electricity, China is using more electricity than ever. Consumption rose 6.6% last year. Is that trend sustainable?
Again, electricity consumption itself is not necessarily a bad thing because electricity itself is pretty clean. When the consumption of electricity, it's really comes down to where the electricity is coming from. So if coming from a dirty source like coal-fired power plants, then it's a concern and it's not sustainable. If it's coming from a renewable energy, then it's okay. In the last year, China about 70% of the new investment are going towards the clean energy. So that's being said, at least 30% of the investment is still going to the fossil fuel energy of like coal-fired power plants. That's a problem. Another thing is electricity consumption should not just increase just as an increased sake. It should take place to replace existing energy consumption, like the burning of coal or natural gas in factories or in burning of gas in vehicles. So we are not sure that that's happening yet, but that's the thing we need to move towards.
What about nuclear power? China has developed its own reactor design, something that is called the pressure vessel, which is important in terms of nuclear safety. So as China moves away from more traditional sources of power, are there any concerns about the future? What will
all of the all kind of options they can get, all kind of technologies that's clean, that's safe. Of course, nuclear is a little bit controversial in terms of safety, but China is working on it to increase it in safety, and it's really important for China to be very cautious about the deployment of this technology. Make sure that it's fully tested to make sure that all kinds of safeguards are in place. That being said, the only path for China to do is actually to test a variety of technology and options, and then trying to pursue all the options to the best they can.
Ranping Song, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.